For years, and I mean years, the left, the woke left, has been very vocal about women's sports and how we need to pay more attention to women's sports. More specifically, we need to pay more attention to women's basketball, be it college basketball, the WNBA. And now that we have someone, and that someone is Caitlin Clark, who's bringing eyeballs to the women's game. First, it was college, record numbers as far as attendance, record numbers as far as viewership. And now she's in the WNBA and she's bringing more eyeballs to the WNBA. Well, that's not good enough. In fact, not only is it not good enough, but it's not good enough because she just happens to be, well, white and straight. And, you know, I, for one, have about had enough with the whining and the complaining and the moaning, and that it's never enough for those that sit on the other side of the fence, those that have an opposite opinion of me and opposite opinion of others. And, you know, I find it kind of ironic that earlier this week I did a video where I actually agreed with Kendrick Perkins. That very rarely happens. And here I am now making a video about something that Charles Barkley said where he's 100% correct. And I have a couple articles here. One is from Awful Announcing. The other one is from Outkick. Michael Dixon over at Awful Announcing and Alejandro Avila over at Outkick. Are both expressing the same thing. And that is Charles Barkley to Caitlin Clark haters, stop being petty. You women out there, you all petty. Charles Barkley mocks jealous women complaining about Caitlin Clark's popularity. Now, I'm going to give two examples. Two. One example is Jamel Hill. Go figure, Jamel Hill is jealous of Caitlin Clark. She's complaining about race and sexuality. Black women are often erased from the picture. Jamel Hill has branded Caitlin Clark's famous success partly problematic, as the ex-ESPN personality cited the Indiana Fever star's race and sexuality as reasons for her rise. No. Jamel, no. The reason for her rise is because she's good at what she does, and that's playing basketball. Now, Asia Wilson, who's been in the WNBA for a couple of years, has also brought up her race, that being Caitlin Clark's race. And again, I'm going to say no. Clark, last month's number one overall pick by the Indiana Fever, signed a $28 million Nike contract and received her own signature shoe from the brand, in addition to endorsement deals with the likes of State Farm and Wilson. Hill believes that her success shows an imbalance in how non-white LGBTQ players are received publicly as compared with the white and straight Clark. No. Here's another one. Sonny Hostin, one of the cackling, I don't know, I'm blanking out right now. One of the women likes to cackle a lot over on The View. Anybody ever watch The View anymore? I don't know why you would want to watch that show. It just rots your brain. She says Caitlin Clark's popularity can be credited to her race and appearance. No. I do think there's a thing called pretty privilege. There's a thing called white privilege. There's a thing called tall privilege, and we have to acknowledge that. And so part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, why did she have to go play in Russia? Because they wouldn't pay her, she said of the WNBA. The WNBA is not making any money. It hasn't made any money. You can't compare the WNBA to the NBA. Now, if the WNBA was drawing the eyeballs and drawing the fan attendance and money was flowing in like it does for the NBA, especially with TV deals, then yes, these women would get paid more. So let's go to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, hilarious, called out Caitlin Clark's detractors as the Indiana Fever star received criticism, seemingly for her skyrocketing popularity and for being white. Even WNBA players are hating on Clark, which has many fans scratching their heads after all the positive press it's brought to the WNBA. In Barkley's opinion, these women calling out Clark rather than giving CC, that's Caitlin Clark, her flowers, are coming off as incredibly petty. In signature Chuck fashion, he went on a triad to put these Clark critics on notice. Barkley didn't hold back. He agreed with recent comments made by LeBron James, working as a strong reality check for Clark's haters. You women out there, y'all petty, man. LeBron, you're 100% right. And these girls hating on Caitlin Clark, y'all petty girls. Y'all should be thanking that girl for giving y'all's ass private charters and all the money and visibility she's bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Now, where I disagree with LeBron is that he's comparing Caitlin Clark to his son, Bronny. I don't agree with that comparison. Bronny, I don't think, has a shot in the NBA. He's there because of his dad, where Caitlin Clark is there because she's the best women's player on the planet. So, Chuck, I applaud you for standing up for Caitlin Clark. Now, here's the other thing. Just for the WNBA draft, it generated 19 million viewer broadcast. They wouldn't get that without Caitlin Clark. And according to the article here, anyone who's watched Caitlin Clark play attests to her flashy style of play, which is unique to her skill set. Aja Wilson and pundits like Jamel Hill claim that Clark's race has been a major factor in her success, essentially criticizing Clark's race. Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve jabbed the WNBA for promoting Fever games. Why wouldn't you promote the Indiana Fever? They've got the best women's player on the planet playing for them, and that's who's drawing the eyeballs. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, they wouldn't have private charters for the WNBA teams right now. So, like Chuck said, stop being petty. And with that, what do you guys think about this whole situation with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA? I think it's great for him. I think she's going to draw more eyeballs. The league's going to get more money put into it. And these players are going to get paid more. And they're going to get some of the benefits, maybe not to the extent of the NBA, but they're going to get some of the benefits that other players in other leagues get. So leave a comment. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And also share this video out there with your friends and family. And with that, I will see you later.